You're showing up, you're working hard, you're praying, but it's just like nothing's shifting. Here's what no one's telling you. You're not lazy, you're not doing it wrong. You're just missing a kingdom law that's designed to activate clarity, confidence, and supernatural progress. Now, this isn't some religious rule, okay? It's a spiritual principle wired into how God moves through your life. Now, just like gravity works, whether you believe it or not, kingdom laws are always in motion. And when you align with them, breakthrough starts to flow. Today, we're unlocking one of the most overlooked but powerful of those laws, the law of vision. Hey, welcome to the channel. I'm Lauren Keys, and this simple shift changed everything in my life, my business, and my direction. So let's dive in. So this is a kingdom law, not just a good idea. And by the way, personal development and new age manifestation stole this biblical success principle and they twisted it. So having a vision and writing it down isn't just wise, it's actually a law in God's kingdom. So Habakkuk chapter 2 verses 2 to 3 isn't just a suggestion, it's a spiritual instruction. Write the vision, make it plain on tablets so he may run who reads it. So writing the vision brings clarity, structure, and supernatural movement. So in the world, they call it goal setting. So we're all very familiar with that term. However, in God's kingdom, we call it obedience. No vision, no direction. So I've had periods in my life where I wasn't clear on a vision. And I can tell you that those were some of the hardest times in my life, like emotionally, spiritually, and even financially. I just felt so disconnected, aimless, like there was no hope, no clarity. When I would wake up in the morning, instead of feeling that joy and excitement for my life, I was just down and I didn't know what to do with myself. However, once I picked myself back up again and I started to get clear on what I was aiming for, it was like I was brought back to life. Everything became just so much brighter again. So maybe for you, maybe you have no idea what to build or create. My suggestion to you would be to start with what's on your heart that's just like been stirring up within you. You can't shake it, right? Maybe it's time to finally start that business, or maybe to, build your dream home. Ask God to help you to get clear on your vision. Because when you don't have a vision, you're not building, you're not creating, you're literally just surviving. Proverbs 29:18 says, "Where there is no vision, the people perish." And that's not just poetic, nice sounding language. It's literally a kingdom warning. Now, that word perish doesn't just mean die. It means to lose discipline, lose restraint, and to lose direction. So if you've been feeling stuck or spiritually dry, it might not be because you're, off track. It might be because you don't have a clear vision. And that vision really should be written down so that you can run with it. Because without a vision, people drift, they give up, they live reactionary instead of purposeful. I've been there, right? Any little thing becomes a problem and they're just so unhappy in their lives. I'm sure you guys come across people like that all the time, right? However, you will notice that people who are always moving, they're always building things, like, doing interesting things in their lives, they are the happiest because they always have goals that they are working on. And they are also using their God-given design of being a creator. You got to remember, we have been created in God's image, right? God is a creator, so are we. So if you're not creating things in some way, shape, or form, you are slowly dying on the inside. And I know that doesn't sound very nice, but it's true. So now I want to share a story about the house that we transformed with vision. So I want to give you a real life example. So my husband and I, we bought this old, worn down house. It looked like a total mess, but we didn't focus on what it was. We focused on what it could be. So here are some before and after pics. So we got clear on the vision, mapped out the transformation, and saw it come to life. And that's exactly how your life and business work too. You won't just stumble into your next level. You have to see it and you have to write it before you actually step into it. And that's just so important right there, what I just said. A lot of people don't realize this. Okay, let's move on to why writing the vision unlocks acceleration. So writing out your vision, it's not optional, it's actually spiritual strategy, because when you write the vision down, you create clarity in your mind, and that clarity is the foundation of momentum. That's why I talk about clarity so much on my channel here, because it's important, right? So writing equals clarity. When the vision lives only in your head, it stays very vague, emotional, and overwhelming, right? But when you write it down, it forces you to get specific. You really start thinking the details, such as what exactly are you building? Like, what do you want to see happen? Like, where are you going, with your life? That clarity breaks confusion and it silences the enemy's lies. So clarity equals momentum. So you can't run with power towards something that you can't see clearly, right? It's very simple. Clarity simplifies your next step. It helps you stop overthinking. It helps you stop comparing and actually start moving. And movement is where momentum really starts, doesn't it, right? Because momentum equals breakthrough. Once you start moving in the direction of your written vision, that's when things begin to align. Doors open, strategies, drop. You start hearing God more clearly, not because he wasn't speaking before, but because you finally got still and specific enough to listen. Momentum really becomes a vehicle for breakthrough. If you've ever felt stuck, spiritually dry, or frustrated in your business or even your financial journey, I have created a powerful ebook called Kingdom Breakthrough Blueprint. And in this ebook, it teaches you 20 spiritual laws to get back in alignment with how God designed success to flow. And yes, this law of writing the vision is just one of them. There's another 19 in this book. The link to purchase is in the description area below. Guys, let me know in the comments if this video spoke to you and tell me what part of your life or business you need to write the vision for next. And remember to subscribe for more content on doing life and business God's way, with biblical success, faith-led strategy, and kingdom finance principles.